Alright, so this is a review on the album Tokoos 2 by Fally Ipupa. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I may be wrong. But this was a suggestion. So I'm gonna leave that thing in the description. Yeah, so big them up. And so basically what I was gonna say is this, yeah. The guy is French. I should have done more research on this first, like what his ancestry is, like, you know, whether he's from Mali or whether he's from Senegal. No, not Senegal. Sierra Leone. No, yeah, it's Senegal. My bad. And then who else is there? Now I'm thinking about Ivory Coast. Sorry, my bad. Like, you know how there's the French colonies, basically. That's what I want to say. The French colonies. Yeah, let's not get it twisted. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, in big 2021, although Babylon is falling, France, whatever you want to call that country, has still have hold of those colonies, yeah, those African and Caribbean colonies, yeah. But we won't even get into that right now, all right? So let's just get into this. So the artwork of this album, like he's basically, I like his shape up still, I'm not gonna lie, still. I know I need my shape up, but I went to the barber. Man weren't even there, bruv. Imagine that. I could do it myself, but I'm just saying, I thought New Year, get me, just go back to the barber and that, get me, but man weren't even there. Like, when I say the man weren't even there, the shutters were down, bruv. They were down. How? And I don't even have his number anymore. Imagine that. I thought, let me look at my phone and see if I can find his number. Can't find it. You know the ones there, like, you know when you, anyway, you know when you step outside your house here, and you're thinking, boom, this house gonna go, boom, 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 and then, lo and behold, you come across a different type of adventure. Like, boy. Anyway, back to the album. So yeah, man's obviously sitting down at a table, and he's looking at something. I don't know what he's looking at, but man's wearing some shades, get me? And yeah, there's not really too much to analyze in regards to the artwork, but yeah. So there is basically 16 tracks. So there's, I may mispronounce these, it is what it is, because it is what it is. Alright, so Milano, Obo Manga, Ricolo, featuring Nino, Nairobi, I'm not to pronounce that. Juste Une Foi, featuring M. Pokora. Then Yo, I don't know how to pronounce that. 8 Merville. Did I pronounce it? I don't even know. Then there's Amor, I know how to pronounce that one though. Then there's Ozo Yanga featuring Nazo. Then there's Shante. Then there's Setumi Lasse Te'eme. Did I pronounce it? Don't know. Then there is On Coop featuring Daju. Wait, I swear it's on Aya Nakamura. Why can I never say her name properly? Aya Nakamura. Aya Nakamura. I swear he's on her album too, and I think he's also got a tune with Yemi Holiday as well. It's either, I think that's him. I think so. The name looks familiar. But anyway, then after that there is Mon Bebe, right? I don't know. And then there is Coolers, then there's Madene, then there's Migrant, there's Reverse, then there's Animation. Alright, so obviously man was struggling to pronounce these words. It is what it is. I'm not really too fond of the colonizers' language. I'll be real with that. Even though, yeah, I am speaking English, which is a colonizer's language, but you have to understand, I was born and raised in England, isn't it? So by default, man had to learn English because I went to a school where they were teaching English this, that, and the third. If they were teaching Igbo or teaching Edo, then I would have learned that properly and I'd be speaking that language. You feel what I'm saying? All those languages. But here's what it is. Let's keep it moving. Alright, so obviously, because not even well, not obviously, well, it is obvious. The songs, most of the songs are in a different language, like written, and the titles are in a different language. There's only probably 2 or 3 of them that I'm familiar with, like Animation. Okay, yeah, and Nairobi. Do you know what I mean? Like Nairobi, obviously, is a place in Kenya. Oh shit, yeah, in Kenya. If I got that wrong, woo! How do I have an organization, the Alkebulantrust, and I don't know these towns and places, or see stuff like that? So this is making me realize I need to step up my knowledge, yeah? Step up my game, my general knowledge on the African continent, and even the Caribbean continent as well, and just, you know, do what's necessary. But anyway, back to the video. Back to the album. Alright, so yeah, what can I say? So yeah, most of it's in I guess French language, and the interesting thing is he's also singing in French, so that's another thing. I would, this is what I'm not holding a grudge a bit against people or artists that sing in English or sing in Spanish or sing in like I'm talking about from African descent. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but it would be nice to hear them sing in a different language. Do you see what I mean? That is from their actual tribe, from the actual. Now, if they don't know it, then that's a different story. That's a different story. Because shit, when I used to do music, what was I doing? I was rapping and flipping English. So shit, but because of where I am mentally and spiritually in my life, boom, I'm on a different vibe. But anyway, speaking of that, the one song that I thought I need to actually understand is Migrant. What song is it? Where is it? Migrant des Revers. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? And that's to do with being a migrant dreams. I believe that's what it translates to, right? That's what I translated it to. I use Google Translate. If that's not it, leave your answer in the comment section below. Let me know what it actually means. But from my understanding, it's migrant dreams, and that's the thing. It's like when people migrate, or let's just use Africans in general. Like when Africans migrate to the colonizer's country, yeah, because that's what tends to happen. They end up either traveling to the colonizer's country because I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, because they believe that this is what's so mad. This is what's so crazy, right? Or mad. And I think you need to understand this real quick. This is why my voice has gone to a different tone. What happens is the colonizers, yeah, or the oppressors, what they do is they destroy, yeah, the countries, like these African and Caribbean countries that they colonize, to basically, in a nutshell, what they do is they suck out the resources and they benefit from the resources themselves, where the people of that land, of those indigenous places, don't really benefit from it. Do you see what I'm saying? So, because they hold remember I was saying before that some of these African and Caribbean countries are still part of the French colony, unfortunately. So, but that's gonna change. That's gonna change. I'm confident of that. Yeah, because Babylon is falling fast and hard, and there's nothing they can do about it. But so what happens is, because some may feel like, oh, there's no opportunities, right? There's no this or that. There's no money, boom, boom, boom. So what do? They say, all right, boom, we're going to migrate, yeah? We're going to migrate to another country. Or some might still call it immigrants, but if a white person was to do it, guess what they call them? Expats. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, so what happens is, they go to these countries, and then by the time they get there, they have this dream. They have this dream where, you know, if they go to the country, things are going to be better. It's going to be better for their children and their children's children, this, that, and the third. And sometimes that's not always the case, but they have a dream and they're going to follow through with the dream. So if it's one thing I give credit to, as much as I do not like that notion of, you know, Africans migrating to different countries for opportunities, when Africa is the hub of opportunities. Yeah, when I say that, listen, that continent, should I say, when I say country, that continent has so many resources, yeah, and so much creative people. Yeah, when I say so much creative people, that we can create opportunities. It's just a mindset to why we think, or why some people think there's not any opportunities. Yeah, because we're looking at the way the mainstream media is. It's like it's actually more catered towards pushing the like you're seeing more American stuff or some British stuff, but mainly American stuff. So you're thinking, boom, this is the type of opportunities that we're supposed to have, but we don't have it here. Do you see what I mean? So that's when things end up getting messed up. And then sometimes, you know, it's bad. Like there's different levels to it. There's like mad different levels to it. But what I will say is this, yeah, there are opportunities there. We can create opportunities, and I'm seeing it in the past 3 years alone, yeah, that people are going back to Africa, back to their countries and stuff like that, and actually building. You see what I mean, for the next generation, yeah, and it's great to see. I even saw a post from NSG, yeah, who they created I think it's a lounge bar or something. Is it a lounge bar? I forgot what it's called. I think it's called like Aerial Boys or Aerial something. In Ghana, yeah. Just imagine a year ago. Some people were saying NSG don't have that much songs or whatever. All their songs sound the same, blah, blah, blah. But these guys are they're making bangers. In my opinion, they're bangers. And then, do you see what I mean? The next thing you know, boom, their mixtape, Roots, they really went back home. They really went back home to build. Do you see what I'm saying? So my point is, opportunities are there. We can create them. If it takes those in the diaspora to go back and build, then so be it. You see what I mean? So be it. But anyway, yeah, we gotta create those options, pun intended. Options, NSG. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, so that's probably my favorite track on the album anyway. Migrant, there's Revers. I think I pronounced that right. But anyway, what's your favorite track on the album? Let me know. Leave it in the comment section below. So I'm gonna give the album like a 9.5 out of 10. It would have been nice to understand every single word of what he was singing about, but that's cool. When you feel the vibe, you feel the vibe. It is what it is, regardless of whatever language you're singing in, and that's the beauty of music. Now, if you got the link to the album, so I say, is in the description box. Go stream that. So if you've got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below. Remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know the video you suggest might just be next. And you can hit the other link in the description box below, where it's to make a donation, so you can help us rebuild the infrastructure in the African and Cambodian diaspora, so we can able to build these opportunities, so we don't have to migrate to these countries, to the colonizers' countries, for us to be mistreated. Look, we're even mistreated back home as well, so we need to sort that out as well. But anyway, let's go.